Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's come to everybody's attention that there are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and woke Hollywood celebrities being as insufferable as ever. And there is one stunning and brave actor who has made the headlines these last few months for calling out JK Rowling because of her stance on the whole trans issue, and that is, as you can see, none other than Pedro Pascal. Now, if you have no idea who this very feminine, emotional man is, don't worry, you aren't missing out on too much. But like I said, he has essentially come out and attacked JK Rowling. In the past, he called her a heinous loser because she dare have that thing called, what's it called again? Common sense. You know, that very forgotten thing in this lovely, stunning, and brave world. I actually think to have no common sense is a requirement to be an actor these days, which is why every single one of them seems to have zero self-awareness, zero intelligence, and is all for this woke agenda. But he actually received so much backlash for saying this about JK Rowling because these people don't seem to understand the game is up. People are tired of the woke nonsense and want to move on from it all, and despite all of that backlash, he has now come out and defended calling JK Rowling a heinous loser, and bullies make him effing sick. Mate, cry me a river. And once again, because of what he said, he's receiving a lot of backlash. Not going the way you thought it was going to go, mate, is it? Nah. Now, before we carry on with this one, ladies and gentlemen, and get into all the news, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description, and without a further ado, let's roast another woke Hollywood celebrity. It's a talent for me at this rate, it really is. So for this story today, let's start off at the very beginning, which was on the 24th of April 2025, and that was when Pedro Pascal first had his little meltdown over JK Rowling. As you can see, the Daily Mail have reported, Pedro Pascal brands JK Rowling a heinous loser for her cigar smoking celebration of the Supreme Court trans ruling as he joins calls for a Harry Potter boycott. Now, that was all to do with the UK Supreme Court, and I'm sure a lot of you know about this ruling, that trans women legally are not women. Yeah, we needed a court ruling to decide that. That's how insane things were over here at one point. But Pedro Pascal branded JK Rowling a heinous loser after she celebrated the Supreme Court's landmark ruling that trans women are not legally women. The actor, whose sister Lux recently came out as a transgender woman. Why is it that these Hollywood actors all seem to apparently have family members that are trans? No wonder he feels so passionate about this issue. But he shared the scathing remark under an Instagram post from activist Tariq Rauf. Did I get that right? Definitely didn't. But it was calling for a boycott of any future Harry Potter projects. Yes, because the Hogwarts Legacy boycott went ever so well, didn't it, for these people? Oh wait. No, go outside, man. It came after Pedro showed his support for the transgender community by proudly wearing a t-shirt boasting the slogan, "Protect the Dolls," while he attended the premiere of Thunderbolts in London on Tuesday. Again, this was in April. Justices in London ruled that in the 2010 Equality Act, the definition of the term women relates only to biological women. Multimillionaire author Rowling, who reportedly helped fund the women's rights campaign group which brought the Supreme Court case, shared a photo online on board her $150 million super yacht, puffing a cigar in celebration. And that sent the woke activist into such a meltdown. As you can see, there she is, smoking her cigar. What a great way to celebrate. In Tariq's video, he called for his viewers to ensure that every single thing that's Harry Potter related fails just because she helped fund this court case. That is all for standing up for women. Boy, oh boy, these people are really lost. But he then branded Rowling's celebration awful and disgusting. And the rant didn't stop there. He said it has become our mission as the general public to make sure that every single thing that's Harry Potter related fails because that awful, disgusting, that has consequences, right? As well as liking the video, Pedro also shared a defiant comment writing, "Awful, disgusting is exactly right. Heinous, loser behavior." Well, do you know what I think is heinous loser behavior? Going along with delusion, siding with delusion, and condemning everybody who also doesn't agree with it. But this isn't the first time Pedro has shown his support for the transgender community. After earlier this year, he posted the quote, "A world without trans people has never existed and never will," on Instagram. Check your history, mate. He added in his caption, "I can't think of anything more vile and small and pathetic than terrorizing the smallest, most vulnerable community of people who want nothing from you except the right to exist." They're allowed to exist. Nobody's stopping them from existing. If you're on about their rights being taken away because they can't go into women's spaces, etc., etc., that was never their right to begin with. These are men. You don't have the right to go into women's spaces. So again, I'll ask, what rights are being taken away? Oh yeah, zero. But moving on from that story, we have the latest one to check out. And as you can see, the Daily Mail have reported once again, Pedro Pascal defends calling JK Rowling a heinous loser, and says bullies make me effing sick, and latest broadside at Harry Potter creator. Pedro Pascal has launched a new attack on JK Rowling, defending his description of her as a heinous loser, as he declared how bullies made him feel effing sick. His older sister, Bal Maceda, also talking to Vanity Fair for this new feature, defended him against allegations of being a man talking down to a woman, saying, but it is heinous loser behavior. You know, the liberal mind really does fascinate me, because the amount of brain cells you have to lack to side with this sort of thing is truly astounding. But Pascal has come out and told the magazine the backlash that followed made him feel like the kid that got sent to the principal's office a lot for behavioral issues in public schools in Texas, feeling scared and thinking, what'd I do? What? But the Hollywood star main concern was whether he might have hindered the cause he was supporting. What cause? Pascal went on to add, the one thing that I would say I agonized over a little bit was just, am I helping? Am I effing helping? Are you alright, mate? Do you need a tissue? Like, go to the shops and stop snivelling. It's a situation that deserves the utmost elegance so that something can actually happen and people will actually be protected. What about the women in their spaces feeling unsafe? What about their protection? Right. Listen, I want to protect the people I love, but it goes beyond that. Bullies make me effing sick. Well, I hope you feel okay. I really do. I am heartbroken for you feeling effing sick. I really am. I don't know how you're going to get through this one. I really don't. But again, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, he is facing backlash for this. The Daily Mail put out the article on X and the replies, man oh man. He sounds like a bully. No bigger bully than Pedro, what a POS he is. Pedro is the bully. Isn't this the same guy that gets anxiety in front of crowds and has to fill up his female co-stars to ground himself? Boy oh boy, not looking too good for this dude. He is an idiot. Sol Grover goes on to say, it is completely unacceptable to be this ignorant on the issue, yet comment on it publicly. In fact, in doing so, it makes him the bully to say the least. Yeah, well, again, these Hollywood actors don't have common sense. They will never see it that way. But it's not only Hollywood coming after JK Rowling, it is also people in the UK, such as Boy George. Boy George. Yeah. The dude that handcuffed another man to a radiator, and he has the nerve to come out and talk badly about people. What a disgrace. But John James posts on X, new Boy George claims kids are trans if they inform their parents. What? And display different behavior by not acting like a little girl should, while branding JK Rowling a muggle. Oh, wow, the insult. I bet he's proud of that one. Meanwhile, Lorraine laughs at the idea of single-sex spaces. Why does it boil down to toilets? Well, you as a woman, why don't you listen to other women? I do find it very strange we have these liberal women who aren't siding with women that just want their safe spaces. Doesn't make any sense to me. Let's listen to this clip of two insufferable people talking about this, because that's what you want to see.
I love about you over the years is you've always stood up for people who sometimes don't have a voice for themselves. And as we know, and we've talked about it in this show a lot, and people in the trans community... Hold on a second.
Let me just interrupt this woman. Any man that's dressing like that should not be coming out and talking badly about others.
I love about you over the years is you've always stood up for people who sometimes don't have a voice for themselves. And as we know, and we've talked about it in this show a lot, and people in the trans community have been... Crikey, it's been very tough for them. And you've actually said, no, this isn't fair. You've been good like that, and you've always been good like that.
Oh, he's been good.
When I was a kid, when I was 7, it was obvious to everyone that I was gay. Obviously, I didn't know what it was, and parents often know, but they don't say anything, because they think if I don't talk about it, it will go away. Usually with trans kids, it's the kid that informs the adult.
Right.
Through different behaviour, the little girls are not acting like a little girl should, little boys doing this, that and the other. So usually it's the kid that informs the adults. And this idea that a parent pushes their kid to be trans is so ridiculous.
No, mate. Again, these people that talk about these issues need to do their research. It is so infuriating to see them come out and try and take the moral high ground when they know nothing about it. All they do is spend time on social media condemning every single person without actually looking into what goes on. Parents out there do push their kids down this road, right? If you knew anything about it, you would know that's stupid to say.
I've got friends who've got kids that are trans.
Of course
and
you do.
it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And they struggle, should I do the right thing? Should I wait till the kid is 18 or 21? All of that stuff is, it's real life stuff.
Yeah.
It's not two celebrities bickering on the internet.
No, because I know you
know.
have had a row with JK Rowling. A lot of people have, and I mean, you know, and they absolutely have. But
I think it's
isn't really
hilarious
about
that you're having a row with someone I've never met.
Yeah, no.
Probably never will meet.
No.
And
But that's
I
what
feel
happens
like,
on the internet.
you know,
So don't do it then.
in the movies, she creates this beautiful, magical world.
Yeah.
And in real life, she's a muggle. So it's very disappointing to find out that actually, in a way, it's not true.
Do you think that we will ever get to a case where I would love to be, where it really, really doesn't matter?
I think
and we just
for
let
most
people go on with their lives?
most people, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I know.
It matters only whether you're a nice person or a horrible person.
Exactly.
And, you know, nobody chooses to be trans or gay. No one chooses to have blue eyes. It just happens, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just, you know, sad that somebody who's so creative. I love the movies. I mean, the movies
Yeah,
are brilliant.
the movies are
I bet she's watching now. Morning.
Don't think she
Maybe
is,
she
mate.
is, maybe she
Get
is.
over it.
I know. I just find it really, you know, having friends who are trans and who are going through a really tough time. It's just like let's be fair about stuff. Let's be fair. Let's talk, and we can all have our points of view. But at the end of the day, we're all just people blundering through and trying to get on with our lives.
But also,
aren't
no
we
one
all?
goes into the loo to hang out. It's a horrible place, smelly, stinky, horrible place. No one goes in there to hang out. They're going in there.
It always comes down to toilets, doesn't it? It's like halfway. It always comes down to toilets, and I don't quite know why.
I feel like I've actually dumbed myself down listening to these two. I don't know about you guys, but if you needed any more proof about Boy George and where he stood on this issue, not that we do after that clip, but in a post on June 18th, 2025, he said, if JK bought an island and moved all her followers there, she could call it Turfer's Paradise. Right, and you even have Martina Navratilova, who has come out and slammed this dude. If you still identify as a man, I don't know. The way you dress, mate, certainly raises questions there. But she says JK is a brave woman who didn't need to say anything at all. The fact that she did speaks volumes, and she is on the right side of history. Male bodies have no place in women's sex-based spaces. Is that okay with you? It's neither your place, not your right, to give away women's rights. Well, I don't think anybody, again, should be listening to someone that handcuffed a dude to a radiator. I'm just saying. But we have now reached the end of the video. Ladies and gentlemen, leave all your thoughts down below about everything discussed in this video. I'd like to see all of your comments. If you have enjoyed, once again, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Share this video. But until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.